T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Stage 1 ascent burn. Liftoff of the Falcon 9. GC moved to section 57, post-launch pad operations to secure on net A.
GC to section 57, post-launch operations.
First stage propulsion nominal.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
First stage PU is active.
Copy that. Ending pad aboard auto. F9 power nominal.
And the Falcon
F9
9
telemetry
has
nominal.
cleared the launch pad at Vandenberg Air Force Base, delivering the Jason-3 spacecraft to a circular orbit about 1,300 kilometers away from Earth.
Altitude is 6.5 kilometers. Velocity is 280 meters per second. Downrange distance 1.1 kilometers.
And the vehicle is just transitioning into the supersonic regime. It's going faster than the speed of sound right now, and shortly we're going to reach max Q, or the maximum aerodynamic pressure. It's one of the highest stressed states on the rocket.
First stage propulsion remains nominal.
This burn will last for about another minute or so.
Falcon 9 power and telemetry nominal.
Cutoff, followed by our stage separation.
Then let's talk a little bit about the orbital mechanics that we're going to be doing today. So for those of you that follow our launches on a regular basis, we typically launch our rockets from Cape Canaveral, and like we said before, we launch from Vandenberg Air Force Base. So that was confirmation that we had a successful main engine cutoff.
As you can hear, the crowd's very excited. This is a fantastic milestone.
Booster has been deployed. We have visual confirmation of stage separation.
As you can see in your screen right now, the MVAC engine has started up on the second stage, and it's on its way to our parking orbit before we get to polar.
So the two views that you have on your camera there, the one that you see right now, or just had there, that's our infrared camera. That'll show shades of gray to display where the thermal dispersion is across the bell of the second stage.
And then the other view is a
Stage
visual
2
camera. Oh, we're actually looking at the fairing deploy right now.
All right, so we're just waiting for fairing to deploy. All
and we have
right.
successful fairing deployment. That's fantastic.
All right, that's great. These are all really important steps. This view that you see here, so that is second stage, pulling away from planet Earth. This is one of my personal favorites that we get to see.
You can see that MVAC engine bell glowing hot with the exhaust gases. It means we're headed exactly where we need to be.
Okay, so back to the orbital dynamics for today. So the polar orbit that we're trying to achieve today is actually pretty important.
So normally when we launch geosynchronous or low Earth orbit missions to the International Space Station, we're usually taking an orbit that's pretty close to the equator around the Earth.
Let me give you an Earth.
Thank you. So typically we're going around the Earth in this direction. However, for a science mission like Jason-3, polar orbits are really important, and that's an orbit that goes the opposite direction of the Earth, so you pass over both the North and South poles.
Yeah.
This is really important for science missions.
Just like Jason-3. So like we said before, it's going to be measuring global sea levels, and it'll be doing this once every 10 days. So that snapshot that we get of planet Earth as it goes from North Pole to South Pole is really important and perfect for the job that Jason-3 has to do.
So now, once we go through we're about to sign off briefly for our 45-minute coast period, but we will be back. Don't go anywhere. As soon as that 45-minute coast is over, we'll be back right before the second burn, and then for the satellite separation.
Okay. Be sure to follow the animation, and we'll see you soon. So let's talk a little bit more about the orbital dynamics of what we just got some cheering here going on in the background.
It looks like we might. It looks like we have confirmation of the second stage ignition, second ignition. This is great news. It's going to burn for about 20 seconds. I don't think we have a reliable video for it right now, but it is burning right now. We have good telemetry from the second stage. This is fantastic news.
And we've just lost signal again, we're being told, unfortunately. Space is tough, especially whenever you're trying to show video from space. So we apologize for that, but I'm sure that we're working through this.
So as the satellite, as the spacecraft, the second stage and the spacecraft attached to it goes around the globe, it comes within range of different tracking stations. Oh, and it says we just have confirmation of being in a good orbit. So the second stage, second burn was successful. That's great news.
Awesome.
We're just waiting for the final confirmation of satellite deployment. And it looks, is that, that sounds, everyone here is very excited. That means we're getting close to a fully successful mission.
Yeah. Well, like we said before, the majority of our SpaceX family is actually at Vandenberg Air Force Base, and that's the launch pad that we launched from today. So that's why you can see our crowd is maybe not as large as it was for our last launch just a month ago. However, we all want to see a rocket launch in person. So
yeah, there's nothing like seeing a rocket launch right there at the pad. The sound is incredible.
Exactly.
So right now we're just waiting for a final confirmation that the satellite payload has been deployed successfully. As soon as we get that confirmation, that means we're in a great spot. That means we've successfully completed today's mission.
Yeah.
So keep watching this telemetry camera on your screen right here. This is accurate. It's moving kind of slowly, but this is the actual trajectory of the spacecraft. As we get telemetry from the rocket, we can see it on the screen right there.
And we just had confirmation of a successful payload deployment. So we can say that today's mission has been a success.
This is fantastic news for everyone here. This is exactly what we go for. We want to get those. We're trying to deliver the customer payloads right to the specific orbit. This is fantastic.
As our co-host mentioned earlier, this has been a labor of love, and we're so excited to say that Jason-3 has been successfully deployed.
And glad to hear that the final launch of this configuration, the Falcon 9, was successful, just like the first one from Vandenberg back in 2013. So.
And on that note, we're actually going to send it back to Brian, who is currently live at Vandenberg Air Force Base.
Thanks so much for watching us.
Al, it was a wonderful experience watching the rocket launch live from Cabrillo High School, just outside of Vandenberg Air Force Base. What happened here today? We didn't quite read all of the instructions in the attempted landing on the drone ship, but again, landing back at the landing zone and landing on the drone ship are two crucial enablers for the next stage of recovery of boosters. So those were great data points that will be essential as we move forward and attempt again. However, it must be reminded that that is the secondary objective. The most primary mission for today was the deployment of Jason-3 into low Earth orbit. It is currently up there, healthy, in the right position, and providing extremely high-resolution data about the surface of the ocean's height. This is crucial for climate change and many other factors that this entire planet is concerned with. At this point, we're going to close out our coverage. I'd like to thank our co-hosts. I'd like to thank our customer. I'd like to thank NASA, the range, and you, the viewer, for participating with us. Our next mission will be SES-9. So until we see you next time, I'd encourage you to look forward and to look up, for the stars look very different today.